Imagine at the end of your life, looking back at the life you've lived. What story do you see unfolding before you? Life is a brief passage of time that we all must traverse, but the real essence lies not in how we exit this world, but in how we choose to live our lives while we're here. If there's an undeniable urge for adventure beating within you, don't let it be muffled by self-doubt or hesitation. Don't let the shackles of maybe, someday, or what if confine you to a life filled with regret. Adventure isn't merely an activity, it's our calling in life. It's the very core of what it means to live vibrantly. Looking back on 2024, I want to pose the question, when we look back on 2025, what memories will define that year? Will we celebrate a year of courageous exploration, or lament one spent too safely within the confines of familiarity? That's the question I asked myself at the beginning of 2024. It wasn't a perfect year by any means, but I embraced adventure to transform it into the most memorable year of my life. Let me share with you how I did it and how we can make 2025 a year to remember. Thanks, Mom.
Couple of reminders, parking is up at Mason and Juan.
What are you doing, Will? What's that?
It's Lego Ninjago Dragons Rising magazine.
How much did that cost you?
5 British bucks.
My friend Will traveled there with me from the United States, and we met up with my friend Garth in Inverness in Scotland. After meeting up in Inverness, the plan was to get a rental car and to drive around the entire country of Scotland, which we proceeded to do over the following week. Well, that's Scotland.
That rock's in the lock now.
It's a lock rock. Our objective on the first day of driving was to get up to the northernmost point of Great Britain, which is John O'Groats and Dunnet Head. And from there we would find a hotel on the northern coast. Should be good. There's not much more Britain left. If we keep going down this road, eventually we won't be able to go anymore. It's so freaking cold. Well, that's it. Look how pretty that is. Well, we've done it. We're at the northernmost town in Britain, John O'Groats. We're just parking up now, but it's crazy walking or driving all this distance and it just ends.
Well, it said no contactless on this.
Right there. That's where we are right now. we're going over here now. Look at that, that's beautiful. Oh, the Scurf is running up to us. Ah! Hey, Will, I think Alabama's that way. Will, do you know anybody who's ever been further north than this?
Yeah. I've touched the Arctic Ocean before.
Wow, that's cool. The northernmost town in Britain, the 3 northernmost people on Britain right now. Probably not because there's norther over there, but we're not going there because it's too cold. It's the northernmost point of Britain. Look at all the stars, oh my God. They're really starting to come out. You see the Big Dipper right on top of the thing.
There's the Aurora Borealis.
Oh, it's north, you have to look north for it. If we wait here until the sun's fully set. The northern coast provided us with natural beauty and silent ambient coldness as we traversed the most remote region of Scotland. And it was in the most remote region of Scotland that we also got a flat tire. Hey Gurf, what's going on right now? Hey Will. What's that?
Pretty big here.
Yes.
Whoa, it's so pretty.
Well, that was a crazy night. We had a flat tire. But we're here now in the town of Tongue. There's mountains everywhere. It's very pretty here. We got a lot of driving today. All right, well, we gotta head out on the road now. This is a great hotel. It's a great town, Tongue. So yeah, we'll see where we end up today. Three pictures. We're definitely in the Scottish Highlands now. It's absolutely breathtaking up here. Old, I love it though. Put that down. Put that thing down. Oh my God. This is the most beautiful place I've ever been in my entire life. I don't think I want to go home after this. Climbing up a mountain. A little bit. There's Will. We just ate breakfast. And this is windy me. It's freezing hot. I get sleep tonight. Well, it sure is beautiful up here, buddy. Look at that little guy down there, taking a drink. You take it. He's driving on the wrong side of the road for the first time ever. He's enjoying it. Dude, this is legit scary.
Maybe not. Let this guy.
No parking. But yeah.
No, but like let them go.
Look, sandy beaches.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. There's a little parking rig up there.
Hello. The Scottish Highlands just turns into the ocean. And it's a sandy beach, not a pebbly beach. I did see them. The Scottish Highlands just stopped and gave way to the ocean. Gareth, you fancy a swim?
Looking at us up there.
Yeah. Dude, it's beautiful out here. This feels like Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. Look at that rock up there. He's just chilling. The tide's coming in. Oh god. It's beautiful. Well, this is pretty cool. We're at the northwesternmost coast of Scotland, basically. Well, yeah, that's absolutely magnificent, isn't it? God. God, I love traveling. That's what it's all about. Gentlemen, you look very small from up here. It's the 1-inch man. Did I say anything?
It's time to. He didn't say anything, but it's time to. Let's hit the road.
They're still flying the flag. Just so tropical and nice. How could you do with your hair? Fin whale, jaw and skull. Getting tired of being cold all the time. So I'm warming up now. But yeah, this is the place. It's just getting progressively colder and windier as we're going down south on the west coast of Scotland. So, I'm layering up.
There he goes. He warmed up too. He put on his Ushanka like I did. And he's got gloves. I jumped though. I'm just dying.
No, wait, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's the mountains and the ocean behind it. I wish I could do this type of stuff every day. It's gorgeous out here. Well, that was a really long day. We were at the beach, my camera fell over, my lens broke. I was able to fix it, it just popped out of place. But it's just been a long day getting down to Fort William yesterday. So we're all very tired and we just need to kind of relax before we move on. We're going down to Dunoon next. After that, we're cutting across the country, going from Dunoon to Edinburgh. And then from Edinburgh, we're going up to Inverness again. And hopefully we'll get a chance to stop by the Cairngorms. We're dropping Gareth off in Edinburgh, so we can get back home. So yeah, today the weather's really rainy. And we're at the base of Ben Nevis, which is the largest mountain in the United Kingdom. And we're off. All right, we'll definitely take the elevator. All right. This is Oban. A lot of fishing trawlers out there. Because it's cold. This is basically a fjord. There's a castle down there, carved out by glaciers. We're driving right through it. Dunoon. We're finally in the south now. I'm sorry for doubting you. It is a pretty cool town. Oh! Home sweet home. Yeah. Dunoon. This is the beach at Dunoon. There used to be an old naval base here. Today, we've come here from Fort William. And that's it. All right, we're getting on the ferry. Look at this. I've never driven a car on a ferry before. Yeah, we're gonna be good.
Alright, the ferry's going. There's our car. This little maneuver's gonna save us an hour and a half of driving. Really? Alright, not bad.
Followed by one prolonged blast on the ship's whistle.
Look at the water go.
Yeah.
In any emergency situation, please assemble on the car deck and await instructions from the crew. Life jackets, smoking on the car deck and in all accessible areas is prohibited. Thank you.
Passenger lounge, let's see. Oh. It's like a whole thing in there. You wanna go in?
Yeah, why not?
Alright. There we go. Yep, upstairs.
The accommodations. There might have been. Out front? Yeah. I think so. That's, okay, yeah, that's the other key.
Edinburgh Castle. We made it. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at the red window. Sure is cool up here. There's some good views over here. Finally to Edinburgh Castle. That's it.
Yeah.
Iron Brew. So extremely old. This is older than my country. Yeah. Check out the cannons, Will.
Yeah.
Those technically count as.
They put a helpful arrow to say which way to aim at.
Yeah, that's what that's for. 1793 they started building a new town. Wait, is that? This is a reference actually to that. Whoa. All right, we're on our way. We're on our way from Edinburgh back up to Inverness. Last leg of the trip, really. buckets, Will. I didn't realize I could do this. Wow. I should have done this earlier in the trip. Wow. Time for a swim. Oh, look, it's a sign, Will. There's a sign. Yeah. This is a reference to the Loch Ness. We might see the monster now. Bro, this is so horribly cold.
Not even a storm, but it just seems like it is.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Loch Ness, this is it. It's wet and cold and bad. Gotta touch it. Gotta touch it. Say I touched it. Just throw your duck out there, Will. Toss it in. Look, he touched it. Wow. It's the Loch Ness Monster. We found it. That's it. Good job. It's... Wow. Wow, let's go. Let's go. This is it. This is the Loch Ness. The mountains in the background. I've touched it. Yep, that's it. Ah, yeah. It's cold. Inverness. Last night of the trip. We're going home. Oh, it's beautiful.
Cheers, Will. Cheers. Cheers. First scotch. The final destination, Cardiff, in Wales. Our hotel. It's gonna just pop up on the right. There it is. nice outside. It's a stadium. Nothing. All right, we go. Golden. All right, guys. Well, we just got back to the hotel. We went to a restaurant that was recommended by the guy that worked at the check-in desk. It was very good. I'm forgetting the name. Must have had a little too much cider to remember the name, but it was very good. Had steak there, and just walked around Cardiff city center. And let me tell you, it was absolutely gorgeous. It was probably one of my favorite European cities that I've been to yet. Definitely my favorite city in the UK, and I'll definitely have to come back one day. But yeah, so that's it for this layover pretty much. This has been a great trip. It's 4 in the morning. It's time to go home, back to America.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light.
Alright, so we're going to Vermont now. The only place in the entire United States where it's consistently looking like the weather might actually work out for us. Now this was my first time ever visiting the state of Vermont, and the drive up was very serene. Given that it was already April, I was actually quite surprised to see snow on the ground as we got further north in New York and closer to Vermont. Alright guys, we are at practically the exact center line of the path of totality. We just got an updated map. They made some adjustments with new data on the size of the sun. The path of totality basically was within less than a mile of where we're standing right now. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll watch it from this bridge. Who knows? But we have about 20 hours to go, and yeah, I'm excited. I ended up not being able to find a hotel to stay at for that night, so I ended up doing some primitive camping. But by the next morning, I was definitely feeling well rested for the day ahead. And yes, that means I slept in my car. Good morning, everybody. We just grabbed breakfast and woke up after a long night. We're heading to a state park on the border with Canada and Vermont to check it out. We don't have our passports on us, so we can't go to Canada today. We are excited to check out this state park. But yeah, this is the frontier. This is America's border. All right, that's cool. What is this?
And we're off. We are on our way to see the eclipse. All right, everybody. We're counting down our final hours towards the total solar eclipse of 2024. And we're right here below the Canadian border, and we should be in the path of totality.
The drive back was supposed to take me 8 hours, but it actually ended up taking 11 due to the eclipse traffic. Even though it took me 11 hours to get back and I didn't get back till 3 a.m., I was still just so awestruck by what I had seen that day that I really didn't even care how long it took. I was just so amazed. It was so worth it. After returning from Vermont, life had me very busy. I found it very hard to take time to make videos, and I just needed some time for myself. I had been going through a breakup in May, and I also needed to get a new car, but it all worked out for the better. I spent most of my time really just relaxing and enjoying the summer, but I also took the time to pursue adventure whenever I could.
Pinkerton Hot Springs.
The mountain that we actually decided to hike and try to climb was called Mount Engineer. and the summit is almost at 13,000 feet above sea level, which makes it taller than literally every mountain east of the Mississippi River in North America. Having never actually properly climbed a mountain before, I was super excited. As I made my way up Mount Engineer, it became harder and harder to breathe as we kept climbing in elevation. Now, it's important to note that outside of an airplane, I had never been at 13,000 feet before in my life, so this was quite an interesting experience. The air near the top of the mountain was so cool, even in the summer, and it had this amazing smell to it. The air in Colorado in general is just some of the freshest air I've ever experienced in my life. Alright, well, we're making good cadence so far, and we're at the first tunnel already. Hello from the other side. It kind of smells over here. It kind of smells like dog crap. I think I'm about 3 miles in to a 20-mile trek, so taking a nice slow cadence. Got the first tunnel out of the way. There's 2 tunnels total. That was the longer one. So, looks like we're gonna have to jump back in a minute to the shorter tunnel. Abandoned highway, man. Fun fact about cycling, you burn a lot more calories than you realize. You always bring a little food with you and electrolytes. Alright, we're making a pretty decent pace so far. This is tunnel 2. So, there's only 2 tunnels, but after that we're going to continue on the highway a little longer, and then the return journey will be 2 tunnels. Ooh, wow. Whew. Here we go. go. That's beautiful. Thumbnail. Alright, we're almost to Breezewood. The most beautiful town in America. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. So the bike I'm using today is my Jamis Nova. This one's from, I think, the early 2000s. I bought it on consignment recently, and it's been a good ride ever since. I put some saddlebags on it and some new gravel tires. Put on a emergency air pump. Yeah, and you can see it's got these old cantilever brakes. So I know most cyclists use disc brakes today, but you know, this bike's been good to me so far. It's really good at handling the rough terrain and rough roads. So that's what I like it for. I actually had it on like a mountain bike trail the other day, and some guys on their mountain bikes stopped and were like, "Hey, that's a nice bike." But they were also just shocked to see this bike on a mountain bike trail because it doesn't have suspension. It's not the best bike for off-roading really, but it'll do the job. You just have to walk it sometimes. All right, still got a little bit of a ways to go. All right, I reached the very end. Now it's time to go to Breezewood. And we're back on the highway. Moving right along. Whoa. Nice. Alright guys, got a flat tire. This is why whenever you ride somewhere long distance, bring extra tubes with you and all the equipment you need to change your tires. I'm 8 miles away from my car. Yeah, don't ever go cycling without spare tubes because you'll end up walking a long distance and they're really cheap. Alright everyone, we're on our way back now. It's a long day, huh? Summer came and went with the wind like it always does. I tried to make the most out of the long days, as August turned to September, turned to October. I knew the long nights of winter were approaching, so that kept me outdoors so I could enjoy what was left of my favorite season. Imagine this. You're at the end of your life, on your deathbed, and you're looking back at the life you've lived. What story do you see unfolding before you? Life is transient, a brief passage that we all traverse. But the real essence lies not in how we exit this world, but in how we choose to experience it. If there's an undeniable urge for adventure beating within you, don't let it be muffled out by self-doubt or hesitation. You need to be living a life that is fulfilling, and for a lot of us, adventure is our calling, adventure is what fulfills us. And if you're going to deny yourself of adventure, you're going to deny yourself the fullness of life.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night.